Before we begin, the following material has been classified as secret by order of the Council of Timekeepers, and in doing so, may in fact endanger your life and the lives of your family. And in turn, we urge you to stop listening now.
Yo,
Just a fractal of the divine, an infinite line repeats and then rewinds, shimmering just to remind the truth is inside, and everything is fine. Don't pay attention to the minds, they out here trying to find God in an object. They just don't understand the context of what they got. I know they got a lot, but what they don't know is how they got it, and that's where the plot thickens. What you talking about? If not wisdom, you should stop speaking like you know something and start listening more. The universe speaks in a whisper for sure, and you could be the change you're wishing for or not. Your prerogative. We can heal the earth if we wanted it, or we could watch it burn. Either way, it's just an object. We still exist, I think that's what we forget. We got the power to create as much as we can destroy. It ain't the destination, it's the journey we enjoy. So tell me, what is it that you want? Do you want to live life or just make it through the month? Would you rather have love or someone to be in love with? This ain't what it seems, I can promise you that it wasn't. They be caught up in the small shit, watching as the time flies, worrying about the fine lines in their face, looking for a lifetime in a day. They say that you only live once, I say that you only die once. We live eternally through all our incarnations, we never leave it, we just changing the location. We exist in a dream of our own creation, trying to wake up to the truth, need a vacation from all of this confusion. Asking where do I go and not who am I, you already know. You're a fractal of the divine, an infinite line repeats and then rewinds, shimmering just to remind the truth is inside, and everything is fine. Don't pay attention to the minds, they out here trying to find God in an object. They just don't understand the context of what they got. I know they got a lot, but what they don't know. Like the Dharma, now I speak through my rhymes, but it seems that the Dharma is repeating rewind. For as long as I live, I will teach you the signs. Yo, long bars, I've been writing them down for millenniums. We can fill a sizable mound. My verbal gems so dense, they provide them with sound. So turn it up to octave and just vibe to the sounds. Yo, five-dimensional geometry, aligning with my chi, unlocking the technology, seeing through the mockery, acknowledging the prophecies from dodging all the Archons who be plotting on top of me. Yo, getting guidance from a purple sphere to bring peace and love to all of the earthly years. And if you find it's hard to comprehend, don't be concerned with fear. It's a part of your rebirth and it should serve to steer us into uncharted waters, cause my thoughts is like a tidal wave. But if you fight the wave, then you're liable to find a grave. But if you ride the wave, you'll reach heights like you're on a plane. So either way you're gonna die, you decide the pain. This life's a game, but ain't no continuations. It's your final destination, it's the reevaluation to see if you pass the test of patience. But you already failed it, cause I sense the hesitation. Yo, raise the frequency, it's vital to our life source. Opening the vortex from my force. I've got bars longer than the period that Christ walked. A God amongst men, I'm the modern day white horse. Let me take you back to the Garden of Eden and that original sin that we have all been repeating. That was the introduction of ego, it started the evil, and it's still embedded deep within the hearts of the people. I am Cain, I am Abel, I am God, I am Satan. I am that I am far from mistaken. I am positive, I am negative, I am neutral, I am timeless. I am Life was simple in the 60s, walking with my kinfolk through the Poconos. Before they were known for dope and coke, it was known for for the smoke to grow, before the roach approached and stole the flow. Now you can have it all, but we was past the fall. And time ain't really passing all before they made them new sounds. Before them wild dudes found a computer, the smell of fumes spread throughout the room. Before they made the town go boom, we was close, and you could tell the proof, it was dope. But you could smell the truth, all up in your cells and reach. The heart was hot, but now it's hell and lukewarm. You dwelling on these tales too long, don't fall into the spells of a song. We gotta rise to the heavens, y'all, before the gods bring a lesson, y'all. They come in squads with the weapons drawn, all the hood smell the wood, hear the gun clap, the blood bath. Got you stuck in the sunken path until you come back to one laugh. And take a deep breath and feel the beat in your chest. If it was so simple, how could we forget? If it was so simple, how could we forget? If it was so true, how could we forget? If it was so simple, how could we forget? If it was so simple, close your eyes and think of days past. Close your eyes and think of ways back. Don't open till we change that. The same facts in a different reality, different analogy, same casualties, same currency, different salary. But is it really different actually? But if it was so simple, how could we forget? And if it was so simple, how could we forget? We lose our faith every step when it's written in our breath. Then we read it to the left. If we read it to the right, the vision will reflect and the wisdom could connect and the prism will project. And we'd all have the answer, but then we all get the cancer. And the fam's in the panic got me looking for a sign like Sagittarius. Then I look in the mirror and it's serious. Now I'm furious, I swear.
Watch now, wrong where the facts not girl. Watch now, wrong where the facts not girl. Watch now, wrong where the facts not girl.
Light beams from my dreams of cosmic beings beyond the night scenes of what sight deems. Glimpses of heights only for the sky kings. Infinite flight without the night wings. Royal rooks perched in their citadels, seeking divine looks of celestial visuals. Guys on a line with my kind of subliminal, to ride the ride in which the lake's residual. The reverberation of my meditation that'll take a great nation of places in higher spaces, an oasis where the mental matrix is like a facelift. Our state of consciousness can never fake this. It seems all of this was done with great risk. The power of the sun's found in the sacred. The light above is reflected within us. There's divine love we remember when we enter. We are born into this realm with the sacred chalice, where we experience the nectar of divine balance. When our intuition leads to inner vision, Akashic remembrance is the outcome of its wisdom. We are born into this realm with the sacred chalice, where we experience the nectar of divine balance. When our intuition leads to inner vision, Akashic remembrance is the outcome of its wisdom. Man, my man, understand the grand plan. It was all part of the master plan before time and space and sound began to create a place to see the work of his hand. Our creator made us in his image and likeness, but the ancients say this is just one side of it. We were put here to experience duality, but there's a way to escape from this reality. So when we travel through the wormhole, all of the angels start to sing a song we all know. Because when you recognize who you are, it's easy to find home when you're so far. A memory of love from the other side will spark your flame and start your ride on the next journey through time, and your spirit will fly. We are born into this realm with the sacred chalice, where we experience the nectar of divine balance. When our intuition leads to inner vision, cosmic remembrance is the outcome of its wisdom. We are born into this realm with the sacred chalice, where we experience the nectar of divine balance. When our intuition leads to inner vision, cosmic remembrance is the outcome of its wisdom. Push mama mum where the digs my phone. Push mama mum where the digs my phone. Push mama mum where the digs my phone. I was working on a real good run, working on a few rhymes, working on my technique, taking my sweet time, working on my game plan, holding up my same stance, dreaming of the day that I would put it all in plain hand. Went out in the summer of 2014. I was a little broke, but my nose was still clean. Some said it was my best work yet. I said thanks for the support, I hope it helps you to connect, and it did. My hard work paid off, but I wanted something more, something new to get across. And that I fret is when I fell in the sand. I had it all right there, and then it slipped right out my hand. That's how it felt. I was over it and I wanted out, so I packed up all my things and then I headed down south to a place where
a man said, son, I know you feel you lost your way, and you feel that it's impossible to go another day. But I'm not the one to send you off with the song, I'm the one to make you feel that you can carry on. So do you trust me? If so, take my hand. If you trust me, close your eyes and jump off of the ledge. So I did. I took a leap of faith, and that's when I met a being who can take me to a sacred place. Are you ready? Come on, let's go. I'm the one to show you all the things you need to know. He said, do you wanna know the secret of the Hippocratic Oath? Do you wanna know the secret of the Philosopher's Stone? Do you wanna know the secret of a metaphysic throne? Do you wanna know the secret of the 13 tomes? Do you wanna know the secret of the pyramids of Giza? Do you wanna know the secret of the Grand Akashic Thesis? Do you wanna know the secret of the Dial? Hear the walls sing, temple of the forest, ringing like the war horn of Taurus. Concentric rings of quarry stones and bricks scored with scripts of glyphs to form the scripts encoded in the Coptic of Ptolemaic scholars with algorithms and more specifics. The mysteries are gorgeous and cryptic, inundated in myths, enormous with cryptids. This is the origin of ornamented physics, the hieroglyphic, archaic and primordial linguistics. The patterns are frenetic, synesthetic, prophetic, genetic. We broke the phonetic, or someone said it. The sounds got magnetic. It danced on the tongue like it's frenetic. It sings like the language is kinetic. So please listen close to the letters we said it. It sang so beautiful, some the truth to me. When we saw the tongues, my ears say yum like a eulogy. It was groovy, it was all the same. It all just was this deep bass that called my name. So we scribed the text to decipher it. I went silent like the temples of Osiris did. I went silent like the glyphs. It told me shut the hell up. Shut the hell up and just listen to it. This is the archaeological discovery of the century. The auditory details of this silent ancient sound. These ancient temple walls were thought to be silent, but as it turns out, they sing. We can finally hear them. We just have to listen. The stones were script from above like hieroglyphs. They translate like old scribes who might exist. They think we decipher it the moment we describe the glyphs, but there's so much more than the eyes can glimpse in the tongues of old. The stories are written, there's more to be told. When you read, it can sing like stones that talk. We decipher the tongue of the rocks. They sing like choir hymns, once thought silent. We got the signs from them, they thought they knew it, but it is different. It's in the glyphs, but it's not how we envisioned it, not how we predicted it. And it's not like we can listen to it, we have to listen to it. I could hear the walls sing, temple of the forest, ringing like the war horn of Taurus. Concentric rings of quarry stones and bricks scored with scripts of glyphs to form the scripts encoded in the Coptic of Ptolemaic scholars with algorithms and more specifics. The mysteries are gorgeous and cryptic, inundated in myths, enormous with cryptids. This is the origin of ornamented physics, the hieroglyphic, archaic and primordial linguistics. The patterns are frenetic, synesthetic, prophetic, genetic. We broke the phonetic, or someone said it. The sounds got magnetic. It danced on the tongue like it's frenetic. It sings like the language is kinetic. So please listen close to the letters we said it. It sang so beautiful, some the truth to me. When we saw the tongues, my ears said yum like a eulogy. It was groovy, it was all the same. It all just was this deep bass that called my name. So we scribed the text to decipher it. I went silent like the temples of Osiris did. I went silent like the glyphs. It told me shut the hell up. Shut the hell up and just listen to it. Dare into my presence, disobey and you face a death sentence. I don't make exceptions. If you try to bribe me, you'll only lose leverage and get lost in the woods like a revenant. It's not worth the cost or the consequence. Now, it won't make a difference if you're royalty or if you're a peasant, you will pay your penance. No, I won't pretend that you won't be expendable by the time I end this sentence. The trespass is the pass in the enemy territory that's guarded by sentries. You're uninvited, unwelcome, unmentioned, unknown and unheard of. I'm under no obligation to show you the secret location of the door that divides the dimensions. I stand at the gates to prevent the accidental exposure of sacred realities that could cause intergalactic catastrophes. You better not go on this quest for knowledge for your own sake. Take my advice and go to college and study geology, biology, maybe psychology. Just don't pursue astronomy or you'll lose your autonomy and you'll lose your home and end up alone with a mind that's so blown. You will question if God is a myth or a man or a woman, or if he's unknown in the unknown. Do not enter here, the path you are on will only end in fear. I'm doing you a favor, I'm only your savior. Do not enter here. The path you are on will only end in fear. I'm doing you a favor. I'm only your savior. Don't waste your breath and try to persuade me. I know what you seek and I know what you are. I can tell by the smell of the air that you're an heir to the throne of a star. I can tell by the look in your eyes that you're the last of your kind that survived the demise of a dynasty brought on by its own thirst for power. Your people were destined to die once they laid their eyes on the garden of lies. The root of all knowledge is rooted in evil. To enter this garden will only deceive you. I have seen it before. I have witnessed the horrors of kings and of queens and of their inquisitors, sacrificing their subjects to the gods they think. This ancient pineal gland is quite divine. Exposed to sun exposure and then decalcified. This ancient pineal gland is quite divine. Exposed to sun exposure and then decalcified. So I'll tell yo, the question's willing now. With questions filling up and all the answers are spilling out of the ink, quilling how it can create a fine in a vision, but you won't make it great. If you allow your vision to become so opaque, you become spiritually blind and you can't awake until your physical death. But until then, you should be about creating some wealth, so when you reach that point, your family can move forward and won't be held back by financial restraints. Or else, like everything else, you say it ain't, and then it is, it was, and it will be as it should. It's all a matter of what will make you feel good until you realize you are living a dream, and the only reality is the afterlife, it seems. But you shouldn't just be waiting for death. The point of life is for you to be manifesting your best until you go back to the universe. It's all about manifesting on earth first. The next realm is when you receive all that you've been wanting. That's why you were put on this earth to live with something. The truth is a tool that we should all be wielding, but you must find your truth as I found mine and then reveal it. That's what we do here, that's what I'm doing now. That's what I'll be doing until I have to be through with it. And this vision is limitless, and I won't waste it on people who don't get with this. I won't be wasteful of my potential. That's why I create in order to show my credentials that have been given me these abilities which I can create to provide my wealth for my family. And that's what it's about in the end, cause the goal is to be secure. We have to begin, or else we'll never end. The possibilities are limitless, my friend. I feel like I finally woke up and took a breath of fresh air. All this time I was sleeping and didn't even know it. And the dreams I was having I thought were so vivid, but now I'm finally lucid. I can see it wasn't even close. Now I'm trying to figure out how I fell asleep, and if there's some sort of map or route I can take to keep from falling back under. Cause I don't wanna be asleep again, I can't go back. I won't let it happen, but I feel myself slipping. It's like a chain reaction, I can see the seduction, and I can feel the pull. And if I'm not careful, I can end up back there. And it's like when you try to wake up from a dream, and no matter what you do, you just can't seem to. The more you try, the more you realize you can't. It's just like that, but the opposite, if that makes sense. The more you try to stay awake and not go back to sleep, the more you get sucked back in. You start to feel defeat, but the more you fight and the more you believe, the more you start to understand the truth of reality. And the stronger you get, the more the pull subsides, and the clearer the vision, the more you open your eyes, until one day you find yourself completely awake, completely aware, completely alive, and completely lucid. So I was looking for a way to avoid falling asleep again, cause I couldn't let it happen. I was finally lucid, and I found some steps that might be able to help in a book I was reading called The Celestine Prophecy. I think it's a book everyone should read, and I think it'll resonate with people differently. And it's more of a narrative than a how to guide, but it still had some information that I was looking for. There's 9 insights, and it's just some things to keep in mind, and there's 2 in particular that resonated with me. The first about personal relationships and how we subconsciously use manipulation tactics in order to gain energy from other people. And the more aware of them, let me tell you about my soul's preconscious, like God when he said let there be light, before he knew what light was, before my pops came home from that record store. Or maybe I was never born and this is just an anecdote. Maybe I exist in you, the words that you hear. I might have had it all, or maybe just a bird in your ear. Maybe I am pure spirit, energy in my voice. Maybe my soul never made it, maybe I was aborted. It could have been my mind, but maybe I was unconscious. Maybe I was omnipresent, I wasn't a single object. Maybe I was your thought and the light in your eyes. Maybe I was your insight before you realized. Maybe I was your realization, in other words I'm God. Maybe I'm that voice in your head, that's your consciousness. I was born into your soul when I found it. Maybe I am your ego and that's why you can't live without me. Maybe I'm in all of y'all, maybe I ain't real. Maybe I'm all that there is, maybe I'm the world. Maybe I am all, or maybe I'm nothing. Maybe I'm you, or maybe you're me. Maybe I'm in all of y'all, maybe I ain't real. Maybe I'm all that there is, maybe I'm the world. Maybe I am all, or maybe I'm nothing. Maybe I'm you, or maybe you're me. Let me tell you about my soul's preconscious. Before my mama was in pain and papa was in the hallway and I was in the baby seat on the way home. Before my parents even thought of me, before they made me in the bedroom, before they had my name or before I had my face, I existed in my grandparents' veins. I was there with my grandfather when he ran away, and I was in the stomach of my grandmother on that train. I was with my ancestors on the slave ships. I was in my ancestor's heart when he was a slave and he knew he was gonna make it. I was in his arms when he hugged his woman. Their lives are in me. I am every ancestor in my ancestry, and I am every descendant that is yet to be. I am my first time I heard the word God, I went insane. It's a real word for something I can never explain. A force beyond. I was looking in my brain, searching my subconscious, taking apart the chains, thinking about these portals that we've been discovering, trying to hop through timelines and see where it began. What's beyond this world and the systems of man? There's gotta be something greater than this, man. Goddamn, why you think they hit the pyramids from us? Cause it proves the timeline is wrong and throws them under the bus. Think about how much it would cost to keep that secret from us. Hundreds of millions of dollars to keep the truth undiscovered. Not to mention all the killings that they did in the past. They really used the Bible as a weapon to blast, like thou shalt not kill unless they question the man. And then they wiped out generations and changed the facts of the original sin. They made it slavery and we still being punished for it, can't you see? Like take a man's religion and his family, remove him from his land and he's just like me. Ain't that what you said in Genesis? So ain't it a coincidence the pyramids still exist? That the energy it emits can heal the sick. So why is it the textbooks got it wrong? It don't make sense. That's why they built them Christian churches with those steeples and lied to us and said we built them pyramids for evil. They didn't want to give us the knowledge of the ancient people. They wanted to keep us controlled and teach us that we wasn't equal. And that's what the Anunnaki warned us about. So now we living in a world that's filled with hatred and doubt. But they can't take the DNA that we got deep inside us, so we can access the portals and free our mind from the violence. The God complex, so it would seem the God within me, the God within me. My mind is the temple of God, God, God. The temple of God, the temple of God, the temple of God. The temple of God, the temple of God, the temple of God. I'm putting my spiritual soul on my lyrical flow. Got that empirical glow, but my ego is low. It took me way too long to figure it out, but I just came to show that you could do it without material wealth, cause that shit won't help. You still won't feel yourself if you don't love yourself. My aura is something you can never touch. My spiritual side, I can never have enough of it. This energy coursing inside of me. Lately I've been learning about frequencies and how they relate to the way that you think. Got so much in common with everything. I'm into it, nature and everything. It speaks to me, that inner energy. It's helping me cope with these entities that's fucking with me, but I'm not scared. What the fuck are they on? I can do this all day long. I'm writing all day long, creating all day long. My thoughts can do no wrong, my vision can see no wrong. I'm in a whole nother world, I'm gone. Third eye open, I'm flowing, I'm knowing, I'm growing.
the way it feels to finally know what's real and that you've been holding on to something that you can't feel. Just know there's more to life than what it appears to be. All you gotta do is
with the camera stepping out of old Chrysler Park next to the Phantom of the Opera. Man, I'm not a product of propaganda. Ancient astronaut theorists fear me. Here's a theory: maybe if you focused on Earth, you wouldn't be stuck here. The Icarus aspect, AAA the casket when the sun rained down. Got blacked out by the talk on the masses at the foot of the pyramids. I ponder if my existence was simple, then I wouldn't bother. The masses prefer the simple stories, so I'm told my thesis story arc is a joke. Punchline is the rope. This that metaphysical flame boom back. Killer on the wax like my rhymes at school. I still made the honor roll. Silly rhymes save the kids from the knapsack. Silly me, I still rap. My face not on the snapback. I'm about it and I'm blind by. Real hip hop is dead. No hologram in the block. You will never hear me like with Mama Knock. Calibrating latitude, attempting alchemy, regenerate my cells when I ride on waves with seaweed. I telepathically communicate with fish that swim free. I can't pay attention to no rule book if it ain't on trees. On the island of Atlantis, ocean waves surround me. I'm reclining, holding malice for the gone drown me. Mind sharpen my disciples of the ancient Buddhist monks. The monk fruit keep me alive inside the tunnels of the pyramids. The scarabouts keep me alive. The stars got me on my ride. The stars and stripes on the flag tell lies, cause they fabricated the fabric and it's just specs. I got so much talent that my contract's on a napkin mold. Papyrus, orthodox boxer with the camera stepping out of old Chrysler Park next to the Phantom of the Opera. Man, I'm not a product of propaganda. Ancient astronaut theorists fear me. Here's a theory: maybe if you focused on Earth, you wouldn't be stuck here. The Icarus aspect, AAA the casket when the sun rained down. Got blacked out by the talk on the masses at the foot of the pyramids. I ponder if my existence was simple, then I wouldn't bother. The masses prefer the simple stories, so I'm told my thesis story arc is a joke. Punchline is the rope. This that metaphysical flame boom back. Killer on the wax like my rhymes at school. I still made the honor roll. Silly rhymes save the kids from the knapsack. Silly me, I still rap. My face not on the snapback. I'm about it and I'm blind by. When the conscious mind aligns with the pulse of the universe, you will realize you have been a slave to thought all along. When the pulse of the universe, the sound of nature's eternal heartbeat, merges with your mind, you will realize all along it was the heartbeat of your mind, the sound of your spirit. When your conscious mind is freed, you will hear the constant background noise of your mind. The noise of your mind you once called thought. It is the hum of nature's energy, the buzz of its light. If your conscious mind is in tune with the universe, you will find you are not in control of your thoughts, but your thoughts are controlling you. You will see your mind has been going on without you, with or without your approval. You will realize that your thoughts are a cacophony of vibrations, and you will be able to pluck them like the strings of an instrument. Your thoughts are like the background noise of the universe, a symphony. You are not the creator. You have been trying to control all along, and you realize it is something you cannot stop. It is something that will go on with or without you. The vibrations are already playing the symphony. You just need to stop and listen. The hum of the universe is not your hum. It is the pulse of nature's energy, and you are a part of that, and you must take control of that hum of the symphony. It is not your song, it is the song of the universe.
They told me everything was random, but they lied to me. I seen the patterns and I'm cracking the code. You don't gotta tell me, I already know. When the planets align and the energies flow, when the galaxies dance, when the ocean is low. You don't gotta tell me, I already know. I can see it all with my eyes closed. I've been decoding all the cosmic notes. My whole life I've been writing down these messages, and even now I haven't written down the best of it, cause I know I gotta be ready when it's time to set the record straight. I know it can get heavy, it's too much for one man to take, but that's why I'm here. A wise man told me, a man who wants peace must be ready for war. That's why I stay ready for whatever's in store. I'm a living legend, only real gods can judge me. I seen the fake love, I know they don't love me. I know I got angels that protect me above me. I know I got angels that protect me. I seen the fake love, I know they don't love me. I'm a living legend, only real gods can judge me. That's why I stay ready for whatever is in store. A wise man told me, a man who wants peace must be ready for war. But that's why I'm here. It's too much for one man to take. When it's time to set the record straight, I know it can get heavy, cause I know I gotta be ready. And even now I haven't written down the best of it. My whole life I've been writing down these messages. I've been decoding all the cosmic notes. I could see it all with my eyes closed. You don't gotta tell me, I already know. When the galaxies dance, when the ocean is low, when the planets align and the energies flow. You don't gotta tell me, I already know. I've seen the patterns and I'm cracking the code. They told me everything was random, but they lied to me. I've been decoding all the cosmic notes. I can see it all with my eyes closed. You don't gotta tell me, I already know. When the galaxies dance, when the ocean is low, when the planets align and the energies flow. You don't gotta tell me, I already know. I've seen the patterns and I'm cracking the code.
Peace, God, this is sacred. This is divine science. This is the truth that I speak.
Look, yes, this is rap. Hip-hop's way of paying the rent. So let's pretend we playing chess, getting our paper and pen, and no time for stress. I think my thoughts to put my mind at rest, and I don't aim for the chest, I aim a level above the neck, and that's the head. And that's the only thing I said. In the cipher, the way I enter, you would think I'm dead. The way I exit, you would think I'm ahead. And from a thread, I learned the truth is something not to be shared, it's to be told. And that's the only thing you need to know. For me to go from underground to selling out shows, to teaching young black boys the sacred power flow, and teaching young black girls the sacred power they hold. I think I'm getting too old. The second they hear my voice, they asking me to stop. That's like asking the air to not be cold. That's like asking the earth to not have souls. And when you find out who I am, it's like you seeing a ghost. My reputation precedes me the second you see me. And if you ever need me, you could always read me. It's too easy, and that's why you listen to me. That's why you wish you were me. And if you're good, when you die, you come back as me. And you ain't got a choice. But that's why I was given a voice to tell you something you can't ignore. The whole point of being here is to understand life more, and that should be your only aim. That's why I'm giving you game. You came from the ground, but it was us who gave you your name. So I'm the only person that can tell you you're not the same. And that's not an opinion, that's a fact that cannot be changed. And now I see why y'all are acting deranged. We told you that you're not divine and you forgot what that means. It's in the sacred geometry that we use in your genes. It's in the dirt.
Yeah. This that secretive, meditative, unperceivable. Silent wisdom, mysticism, I am not unreachable. Sitting on the dock and now the wisdom's unbelievable. There's some hidden knowledge in the DNA untreatable. I'm at the junction of abundance and some solitude. Taking in the greatness in the silence, I'm so molecule. It's a cycle and I trust the silence got a lot of you. Everything you wanna see's within you like a molecule. So just meditate and learn to turn your energy into everything you want and manifest a memory. Turning water into wine, your ancestors are sending me messages to tell you everything is elementary. Yeah, so what we need to do is come together, realize we're never leaving you. We are one another, one within us, one without. One the sun, another runs the others, it's the sound. All together we are one. One another, one within us, one without. One the sun, another runs the others, it's the sound. And you know we are living in the center of your DNA. Information for the age when you need a break. For the family lineage in the DNA. For the future you gotta make when you need a way. Meditate upon your ancestors for some light.
Cause there's hidden information in the DNA tonight. So just meditate upon your ancestors for some light. There's some hidden information in the DNA tonight. Silence is the sound of the universe. Everything's inverted, that's the reason for my newest verse. Silence is the sound of the universe. Everything's inverted, that's the reason for my newest verse. Silence is the sound of the universe. Everything's inverted, that's the reason for my newest verse. Silence is the sound of the universe. Everything's inverted, that's the reason for my newest verse.
Yeah. To meditate or medicate is a common debate. While you wait for your food, I sit and contemplate. While you medicate, I meditate on a higher frequency. So frequent with this wordplay, I feel like the dictionary syllable sizzle like birthday. So medium rare, feeling like Tim Allen in Home Improvement. Better than I have ever been, thinking like Thomas Edison. Many say I'm a veteran, life's a cycle, better pedal than. On the other hand, no evil hand like Adolf in the Holocaust like Russia, Ukraine. It's like back in the day, Cain and Abel still able to rise. No juice in the rock, I let it loose, aiming to live in a higher percentage. Most of the world too pretentious, bigger, faster, stronger, better the engine. As long as you move with intention, some can't even comprehend it, while others just pretend it. A wise man said, only the real survive, survival of the fittest. Can you handle this? It's hard to keep focused, they trying to break us down and you know this. So pay attention, there are ancient mantras that unlock hidden wisdom. Said, there are ancient mantras that unlock hidden wisdom. Most people ain't built like this for most. It's hard to comprehend this while most are unconscious, still sleep, that's why most are anxious. I'm just an observer, still remain as a learner. Finesse a hole like a pervert, taking for a ride, no Uber. Still making moves, no hesitation. They tell me it's patience, but it's hard to be patient when you running out of patience. That's why most are medicated, looking for a new alternative to the hospital. An alternative in the hospital, is it the same thing? As you seek the higher understanding, is this the new awakening? Feeling like LeBron James, this the rebirth. First of its kind, no prequel to this. Let's do the math. Is this the end of our species? A planet full of intelligent creatures with impressive achievements. We got no limit to the universe. Why are we in conflict? Our weapons are increasing. We got the most technology and most wisdom that we've ever had. And we got to watch the clock as it counts down. How did we get to this? We can end it now, but we're so deep into it, I don't know how. All I can think about is the image of it going off, and it's on a big scale. So many have already gone off and destroyed places that are so beautiful. Yet still we built, the atom's been split. It's getting too real, Oppenheimer said, I am become death, destroyer of worlds. But who will stop us now? I hope that we can heal, I hope that we can heal. I'm gonna use a word, but I don't like to use it. Just using it now because the word is relevant, but it's almost lost its meaning. So real. When people use it in the wrong context, it bothers me. When the movie is just kinda good and they call it so real. But you can't use the word for a situation like this. I feel the tension and feel the pressure, the knowledge and all of the history. A premonition that we all can see. A daydream, or is it real? A worst nightmare could be real. It's already happened once and we do it to ourselves, don't we? So much to give up, I don't wanna give up, but we do it to ourselves, don't we? What's the worst? The pyramid on the back of your $1 bill, us above, so below. That was God in the grill. Got the peace sign on the belt buckle. When the God of
birth, I felt trouble on the 16th bar. The earth and the stars, the surface of Mars. When you first saw a car, you was like, oh my God, that's amazing. And ever since that day, you've been a pagan. Sage and time in the cupboard, all the bases are covered. 21 grams when you die is the weight of your soul as it floats to the sky. Which means that's the weight of the truth. In every number there's a clue. 7 wonders of the world, 7 chakras. The foundation is the octave, heaven is the name of the tone. 12 notes on a scale, 72 bones, 12 disciples at the table. 365 days of a fable, the holy grail is the self, as is everything else. 9 planets rotate round the sun, 6 triangles build a 3-sided one. The pyramid on the back of your $1 bill, as above so below, that was God in the grill. I got the peace sign on the belt buckle. When the god of war was birthed, I felt trouble on the 16th bar. The earth and the stars, the surface of Mars. When you first saw a car, you was like, oh my God, that's amazing. And ever since that day, you've been a pagan. Sage and time in the cupboard, all the bases are covered. 21 grams when you die is the weight of your soul as it floats to the sky. Which means that's the weight of the truth. In every number there's a clue. 7 wonders of the world, 7 chakras. The foundation is the octave, heaven is the name of the tone. 12 notes on the scale, 72 bones, 12 disciples at the table. 365 days of a fable, the holy grail is the self, as is everything else.
It's right. It's right. What is right? It's right. It's right. It's right. It's right.
Enlightened writer, hyperspace, astral travelers, mind is wide as spiders on your 8-tab browser. Outer space has you in a cold coma, anxiety in your solar plexus, your soul solar. So check the temperature, the order of life, measurer, man's aura, and Fahrenheit. Parasites leech my light and cry poltergeist. Clutch the steel while I'm clutching the wheel, polarized. The pole shifts, we experience apocalypse, shifting the angles of the sacredness of knowledge. It's time and illusion in a 3D prism of hollow bones and meridians, blood vessels and chromosomes. Now all the children have become indigo, they're looking at us. What will we give them wishing on a star? Have you ever seen a wishing star shooting by? Do you realize that's another soul choosing life? But what's the meaning of life? And when do we mean what we say? And when we mean it, do we say it right? If not, then why the hell do we recite, repeat, rewrite the true meaning of life? What is the meaning of life? Love, I can't tell. Cause every woman I ever loved put me through hell. Or maybe hell is where we meet our worst fears. And I attract it cause I'm in hell right here with no need for fire. Cause the way the sun rays, it keeps me so warm in this blazing attire. Are we headed for the afterlife? Afterlife, you realize that we're not acting right. And so the actress cries till the mascara bleeds through the sea of tears from past fears. Till she realizes she forgot a lies and she's been saying the same thing. So what if I was to tell you that life was all a dream? It's right. Enlightened writer, hyperspace, astral travelers, mind is wide as spiders on your 8-tab browser. Outer space has you in a cold coma, anxiety in your solar plexus, your soul solar. So check the temperature, the order of life, measurer, man's aura, and Fahrenheit. Parasites leech my light and cry poltergeist. Clutch the steel while I'm clutching the wheel, polarized. The pole shifts, we experience apocalypse, shifting the angles of the sacredness of knowledge. It's time and illusion in a 3D prism of hollow bones and meridians, blood vessels and chromosomes. Now all the children have become indigo, they're looking at us. What will we give them wishing on a star? Have you ever seen a wishing star shooting by? Do you realize that's another soul choosing life? But what's the meaning of life? And when do we mean what we say? And when we mean it, do we say it right? If not, then why the hell do we recite, repeat, rewrite the true meaning of life? What is the meaning of life? Love, I can't tell. Cause every woman I ever loved put me through hell. Or maybe hell is where we meet our worst fears. And I attract it cause I'm in hell right here with no need for fire. Cause the way the sun rays, it keeps me so warm in this blazing attire. Are we headed for the afterlife? Afterlife, you realize that we're not acting right. And so the actress cries till the mascara bleeds through the sea of tears from past fears. Till she realizes she forgot a lies and she's been saying the same thing. So what if I was to tell you that life was all a dream?
In the last like this. In the last like this.
Grievous the sharps as the king riders bars, touching paper, flooded acres full of flowers from the elden ring. Golden reef around my head, a laurel leaf around my neck, golden leaves around my flesh. Apocalyptic imagery in the mirror, seeing Icarus of kin and Aeneas. I ride around and my eyes gleam. I see where the sea is, a wave of words like it's Phoenician script. I'm Hieroglyphs washed with my flow of wordsmith. Some will ride the serpent, others ride the phoenix. Some will hold the spears, others will hold the spears. Sacred shapes from sacred times, lost verses and sacred lines. It's still prophecy, sacred geometry, sacred economy. Corns in a pot buried under the apple tree. Julius Caesar in the midst of epiphany. Epistemology in the system, yeah I see it clearly in the Sistine Chapel or the house of ill repute. Different seeds, same views, different hues, same fruit.
Fuck this. Sitting on my bucket, dip.
Sacred shapes from sacred times, lost verses and sacred lines, lost verses and sacred lines, lost verses and sacred lines, sacred economy, calls in a pot buried under the apple tree. Julius Caesar in the midst of epiphany. Epistemology in the system, yeah I see it clearly in the Sistine Chapel or the house of ill repute. Different seats, same cues, different hues, same fruit.
Long as we hold our heads high, let them cut off our feet. Long as we hold our heads high, let them cut off our feet. Our hair long, wear sarongs and the laurels on our crowns. Our hair long, wear sarongs and the laurels on our crowns. The only thing they can take from us arms and our feet. So yeah, old school lyricism, cold as hell. Italians stole the same swords from Sicily. No college.
Through a labyrinth of worlds and the echoes of time, a soul awakened at the height of his climb. Witness 1,000 lives lived on the astral plane. Used the body made of stardust that it tried to contain, but now released to fly free, expanding its mind, transcending the senses. A glimpse of blood of divine memory stored and returned in sacred pages. A keeper of cosmic truth, transcending the ages. Akashic Records. 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 A different light in higher dimensions. All space and time exist in one present tense. And these libraries of souls contain the chronicles of all the light workers and the wizards and the alchemists. Recall the masters of all and those on the ascent in times of love and pain and peace and death. For those who dare to look in the infinite depths, the ethereal gate shall open to the great reset. Akashic Records. 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 Akashic. A universal, an infinite mind. The potential of the soul when awakened is blind. And now on a quest to find the sacred text, the lost books of time, and a way to access the spirits that once guarded the astral plane. A great plan for the future born out of the pain. But for those who are brave and those who can accept, all shall be revealed, those willing to protect. Akashic Records. Akashic Records. Akashic Records. Akashic Records. Akashic Records. We are back again with that now or never mindset.
My right hand can catch the sun in an eclipse. Now check this. We as the students in the game of life realize this reality's like Metroid Prime, where I'm an architect of spirit. That sacred geometry, a form, frequency, and vibration, Divine Trinity. The spiritual blueprint to my mind, it connects me. A 12D interdimensional time and space machine. I check my own reflection, then I see another me, myself. And I have all kinds of reality. I look into the future. See, I'm the master teacher, dancing through space and time with Shiva and Shakti. We study quantum physics of sacred geometry. As above, so below, the physics of spirituality. This holy science is a complex number theory, and yet it remains so very simple to me. We walk through an atrium, a pattern in 4D, and I see this grid-like fractal tapestry and hear the hum of the divine in perfect harmony as it flows through everything in all realities. This is God's sound system in all things. That celestial resonance of sound and spirit and geometry. I feel that sacred presence of divinity, and it makes me wonder if that's where this started for me. From nothingness into the I am, then I realize God is the source, God is the sound, God is the system, the very essence of life itself. Ayo, from darkness there was the light, and in that light was the sound, and in that sound was the word, and in that word was life. This infinite universal web of life is what binds us as we evolve. I see we're in the system that designed us. The trinity of sound, geometry and spirit can be heard in every sound and silence. If you listen, I hear the sound of life and all its rhythms, from our solar system to the atom's vibration. My ears, they see the voice of God in all its forms, like how God's voice is in the sound of babies' first cry when they're born. I hear it in my heart when I'm near my family, and in the voice of my elders.